Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1167. Happy Sunday. Now we're back to like a normal weekend time. I felt so off. I felt so off the last few days. I don't know why. No time change, no holidays in the middle of the week. That's what it felt like. The last couple days for me have felt like there was like Christmas on Wednesday. It just screws up the entire week, throws your whole week, throws 2 weeks off. But this week, I don't know. It's good coffee. This week, I don't know why I was so screwed. I was thinking Friday was Thursday. We played Name That Player. I'm like, oh, it's Thursday. It's Friday. Yeah, duh. For some reason, I thought Friday was Thursday. And then yesterday felt like Friday. Now today feels like a weekend. And I woke up this morning like, what the hell day is it? So yesterday felt like a normal day because, I woke up early. I woke up weekday time. Normally I sleep in like I did today. But I helped my wife at her office, her and a couple other agents, real estate. Helped. I learned a lot about paper shredding, not actual shredding of paper. Like, what can you learn about? You put it in a shredder and that's it. No, learn about the truck because they bring out this giant truck. You have to have a CDL to drive the truck because it's when it's full with paper, it's up to like 30,000 pounds, 26,000, I think. So you have to have a CDL to drive it. It's got like cameras inside. Learned a lot. Fun stuff. So we went over there at 8:30. So Hobby Evolution started actually a couple minutes earlier than normal weekday time for a Saturday. It was over there till a little after 11, came back and it's like, today's Saturday. Crap, I got to get to the post office before it closes. So came back, did some shipping to get that stuff out to the post office. I did pick up mail day. Fernando Cruz, he was last year's international free agent. I don't think it's in this room. It's in the other room. So that was my mail day yesterday. Fernando Cruz, Leaf Vivid Auto. He was one of the top ranked international free agents in last year's class. Number 4, I think, by MLB Pipeline. The Cubs signed him. So he has some Leaf autos. So I picked one of those up. Got that in the mail yesterday. What else? I did some listing. I didn't do as much listing, focused on shipping. I did list some of the complete sets, which, I was shocked. And there's my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Link in the description. When Tim was going over like what he had a bunch of factory sets. And I'm like, oh, like you can't get rid of those. They don't sell. And he's like, the 2018 set sells for over $200. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. And I looked it up. It does. Like the comps are like 250. I'm like, what? I didn't even look at some of the other set comps. And as I was listing some yesterday, it's like some were like retail, like 20, what year was it? 2019. It depends. It's based on basically the resale. Obviously, I think we all know this. These complete factory sets are based on the rookie class. And if there's a shitty rookie class, you're going to basically list it for retail. And if you bought it at retail, you're going to take a loss. So I listed the first one because I knew it was a $200 plus sale. And there's been a lot of recent sales from 2018. And I listed it at $250. And within the first hour, I received a legitimate offer, $200. And that was kind of I'm like, I'm going to list this for $250 and maybe I can sell it for $200 fast. Like I can probably sell it for $250 because a lot of the comps are between $240 and $280. But if I can sell it within 24 hours for $200, I'm happy with that instead of just sitting on it. So I think I'm just going to take that offer of $200 today. Another one, I got an offer on the 2020 factory set. I had that listed for 60. Somebody sent me a $30 offer. I countered at 50. That's going to be my lowest. I'm not going to go any less than 50 shipped. That's shipped. So, because it's probably going to cost $10 to ship these things. So I listed, there was a Target exclusive from one of the years that comps around 250. So I'm like, damn, all right, there's more value in these factory sets than I thought. And how I look at I wasn't basing my purchase price on these set. This was basically just add-on stuff. So to get a $200 sale on just an add-on is gravy. So I was basing my purchase price on the $5 and $10 autos and $20 and $30 autos. So the autos have been. I did not list a batch yesterday. I don't think I listed any singles yesterday. I think it was just a few factory sets, and I still have 6 or 7 more factory sets. There's a couple there's a 91 Fleer factory set. There's a 90 Upper Deck. I think a 92 Donruss and a 91 Score. Those are going to go in my card room, and eventually I'll probably have maybe one of my YouTube sales will run them off really cheap, maybe like a large flat rate for X price, or I might just take them to a card show for $5 each, $10 each, whatever. So the junk wax, I think there were 4 junk wax factory sets. I'm going to save those for a rainy day, and some small box set, like the little traded sets. Those will probably go in like $1 box for a show. Those don't sell. So yeah, finding some good stuff in last week's purchase. Last night I was real tired yesterday. I don't think I drank enough coffee, and I still haven't tried my mushroom coffee. Still need to try that. And I need to. I paid like $40 for this shit, so I need to try it. At least try it. So I was real tired. Watched some of the draft yesterday afternoon as I listed some stuff, did some shipping, and went upstairs. I had my whole day was off yesterday because I had just like a breakfast bar for breakfast. So when we got home, I was really hungry. I think I ate like one of those not TV. I guess it is a TV dinner. They don't call them TV dinners anymore, but one of those. And by the afternoon, I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. And so I had a bowl of cereal with that delicious vanilla almond milk. I think it was Wheaties. I don't know how long the Wheaties has been in my pantry. But I opened up, it's in one of those canister, and I took a bite. It was crunchy. I'm like, okay, it's probably still good. So I had some Wheaties in the afternoon, and then I wasn't hungry. And I came upstairs. My wife took a nap, and I came upstairs, and it was around dinner time. And my wife's like, I'm not really that hungry. And I'm like, good, because I'm not either. I had a bowl of cereal, filled me up. So I had popcorn last night. That was my dinner. Microwave popcorn. So my wife she's on binging Grey's Anatomy, just like background binging. And I like these episodes because I'm kind of familiar with the Grey's Anatomy storylines from like the early days, because I remember watching it like when it first came out, which was like 20 can you believe that, 20 years ago? I saw my wife was watching one of the new ones, and Ellen, what's her name? Ellen Pompeo. And I'm like, boy, she got old. And my wife's like, she's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, like in the first couple seasons, she's not this old. She's like, that was 20 years ago. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm familiar with some of the storylines because I think my wife's on like season 2, maybe season 3. I remember watching those. But then like by the time the 4th episode hits, I'm like, geez, and my wife was on the couch. I was in the recliner. I am not a recliner person. I'm a couch people. So I'm like, I got to get out of this recliner. So I came downstairs. I like Tubi, the free movie and TV show app. Pluto and Tubi. I probably watch Pluto. We pay for like every streaming service there is. What's the only one we don't pay for? Paramount Plus, I think, is the only one we don't pay for. I'm sure there's others, but We have all the major ones. Yet I find myself always watching the free ones, Pluto and Tubi. So I turned Tubi on, and I'm like, I want to watch a movie. I want to put my phone down and watch a movie. And I always go back to movies I've seen. I don't know why. But they were pumping up the movie Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter came out in like 1995. And, when I watched it back in the late 90s, I wasn't although I'm going to get like red flagged for this. One of my term papers was on serial killers. My teachers are probably like, keep an eye on this guy. What the hell's wrong with what is going on there? My teachers are probably like, keep an eye on the red flag alert. This kid's doing a serial killer term paper. But now I'm into, I listen to true crime podcasts. I listen to some of the like psychologists. Those are some of the more fun ones. Dr. Gary Bricado, Catherine Ramsland. Who's the other one? There's a third one that her character, or she was the character in the movie Mindhunter, was based on her. Not Ramsland, but I can't remember what. Dr. Ann Burgess. And I love the psychology of it. So I'm like, now that I've consumed some of that content, I'm going to watch Copycat. Really good movie. And I remember, like, I've seen it, so I know, how it ends. But I don't remember like the meat and potatoes of the movie. Like I know the main characters and I know what happens, but I don't know like how it all breaks down. So watched that last night. Good movie. And it's a movie that lasts. Like it's one of those movies that's I guess looking back, there's a couple things that it doesn't time well with there are a few things. Now I feel like I'm in film class breaking down like the plot. A couple things that are not timely with the movie Copycat. Of course, it was made in 1995. Computers are in there. The internet is there, but it's like it's like a compact Presario computer, one of those giant monitors. And the chats are on there, but it's like the very first AOL chats or whatever they are. So it's a very antiquated internet. Technology is very antiquated. So that's one thing that's like, whoa, you can't do what we can do now today. What else? No cell phones. So that's something that always stands out in older movies. It's like, just get your cell phone. There are no cell phones. There were cell phones, but most people didn't have. They were bag phones, car phones. You didn't have one of these in your pocket. So that was another thing. And there was one other thing that I caught that I'm like, you could not put this in a script today. You probably could not get it. You could, but in a mainstream movie, there's probably not going to be the macho, misogynistic underlying tone. Of course, there's a lot of detectives, police. So there were at least one female detective. So there's a lot of, sexual harassment, which probably would not be put into a script in today's films. Probably not. So those are a couple things that I pulled from the movie Copycat. Great movie. Great cast. I enjoyed it. It's probably been 25 years since I've seen it. So that's what I did last night. Let's go to the chat. Max is in the house, and he's on his way to Oshkosh. Oshkosh Bagosh. Card show up there. He just decided this morning, just like, I'm going to a card show today. Jay Grimes in the house. Good morning from Mississippi. What's happening? Whereabouts in Mississippi? My nephew is in Mississippi. Just moved down there about a year ago. I think he's on the coast. I'm trying to think. Gulfport, Biloxi, somewhere down there. Good morning, Mark. What's happening? I know Mark Hoyle went to a card show yesterday. JW, good morning. We cannot talk about the game yesterday. Apparently the Cubs didn't feel like playing. 17-0 loss. That's a loss that well, shit, we got our asses kicked today. Let's go get them tomorrow. Those don't sting. 17-0 baseball losses do not sting. It's the 2-1 losses in 10 innings where you nitpick every little move. Those are the ones that sting. Well, we could have had that if only we would have, went to the bullpen sooner, or let our starting pitcher finish out the inning, or batted this guy instead of that guy. Lineup, blah, blah, blah. 17-0? Nope. None of that matters. You just got your asses kicked. You just forget about it. Move on to Sunday. Dan's in the house. What's happening? Nakeley Collectibles. What's up? Good morning. Finally caught you live due to work. I never can catch you live. Welcome back to the live chat. Good to have you. Dan says, what kind of cards do you sell at shows? Max says, I got into the stream late yesterday, but rewatched. Better knock that no national talk off. I honestly, I'm like 90% out on going to the national. It's all timing. It has nothing to do with, well, I guess it has something to do with income, because if I go to the national, that's going to be a solid month where I'm going to be basically not earning any, or a very small percent of what I would normally do. So it's all timing. It's, and when you add in all of the expenses, while the opportunity cost, it's just, I don't need inventory. I can get inventory anywhere, anytime. It's all about the people, basically. And I'll just make another, I'll see some people here, some people there. So is it ideal? Absolutely not. But just based on everything, it's going to be a cruel summer. And also, I forgot my nephew who's in Mississippi. He's getting married this year. And there's a back home reception down in Illinois in the middle of June. I'll be back there the first week. Like every weekend, I've got something going on. So, being out for a couple days with Club 400 at the end of June, a few days later, going to Switzerland for 2 weeks, coming back and hopefully preparing for the Madison Card Show, date not confirmed yet. And then the National falling at the end of the month. There's just too much going on. I'm 90% out on the National. Ziggy, no, what's happening? Great Sunday. Good morning to you. Raphael, what's going on? Good morning. James in the house. He says, went to a small card show by Rockford. A lot of good pickups, some big autos. Was that the Stillman Valley High School show? Good morning. Uncle Rich in the house. Max says, Dan, it'll be my first show on the buying side in a while. I'll buy, sell anything. Dan's working on his top 10 Burley patch cards, perhaps making a video. James says those factory sets sell, but they move slow. I can tell you the 2018 is not going to be a slow mover, because that's going to be sold today. Nakeley Collectibles, please sell me on Car Dealer Pro. It seems so good when I tried it. I really didn't like it. I will tell you, if you only tried it once, you're not going to like it. I will tell you this. I absolutely 100% love it. And the first time, especially Car Dealer Pro 2.0, the first time I used it, I emailed Ted and I emailed Alex and I said, this is crap. I don't know if Ted was on the email, but somebody was on and I told Ted, I'm like, this sucks. I hate it. Used it a few more times. Love it. Absolutely 100% love it. So, you've got to get used to it. And I will say it's so much faster than listing on your phone. Once you get a good grip on it, and it's going to take a little while with anything, there's a learning curve. You don't go into algebra class on the first day and ace it, and algebra is a terrible example because I hated algebra. And, but you don't learn everything in a day. You don't learn the ins and outs and the efficiencies of Car Dealer Pro or any software within the first couple times trying. You've got a repetition. So I think a lot of people that poo-poo it don't give it a fair chance. Just don't do it enough. So keep doing it, build some efficiencies. I am curious to know why didn't you like it, and why do you feel listing from your phone was better? That's what I would like to know. Sheena's in the house. He's on his way to Oshkosh. Stuke is here. Good morning. Uncle Rich says better watching the NFL draft than the Cubs game, and that's exactly what I did. I did not turn the Cubs game on at all. I was about ready to, and I saw it was 5-0, and I'm like, I'll skip today, and I'm glad I did. Dan says that reminds me to buy and ship some Fruity Cocoa Pebbles to my friend to ship to me. There you go. Now I'm getting ads popping up for Magic Spoon cereal, and I'm telling you, Facebook ads work. They pulled me into mushroom coffee. Now they're going to pull me into Magic Spoon cereal. They've got like a strawberry cheesecake cereal and like a lemon. I'm like, oh, these look good. Uncle Rich says serial killers. Tony and the Tiger is worried about you. Orlando is here. What's going on? Good morning. Max and Sheena going to be in Oshkosh. Matty Ice, good morning. Kyle's in the house. Good morning. JW says, I can't remember if you told us before, but where do you get your card savers in bulk from, or penny sleeves? We just went through this. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I did price matches on typically the 3 cheapest places. It's going to vary. There's going to be some that pop up with sales that are going to be cheaper. Right now, when I looked, I think Columbia Hobby had the cheapest. Now it depends how much you buy. I think BCW, you have to buy $99 worth of stuff to get free shipping. Shipping on supplies is going to cost you. Now I'm also talking bulk. You know, if you want to buy a few packs of penny sleeves or a couple packs of top loaders, you're going to have to spend. But I'm talking bulk. Buy by the case. Columbia Hobby, I think you have to spend, what was it, $200? Cardboard Gold is free shipping with no certain amount to purchase. So I think Cardboard Gold, if you wanted to buy like 1 case of penny sleeves, it'd be cheaper through Cardboard Gold. But if you wanted to buy 3 or 4 cases, it's going to be cheaper through Columbia Hobby. I think BCW is even cheaper wholesale wise, or was that retail wise? I can't remember, but check out BCW. Those are the 3 that I always price check. I typically go through Columbia Hobby. I'm buying more than $200. I'm getting that free shipping. So those are the 3 that I look into. Victor, good morning. And then you can go on eBay, and sometimes there's eBay sellers with better deals. But typically those are the 3 that I look at. For bulk, those are the 3 you look at. James says cases of penny sleeves, $46 on eBay shipped. So there you go. That's even cheaper because I think it's $52 on Columbia Hobby. James says Columbia Hobby. Columbia Hobby eBay is $46. That doesn't make any sense because their website is higher without the eBay fees. I learned about Columbia Hobby because I bought from them through eBay. This is before I was doing a lot of bulk, shipping and bulk listing. And they're like cheaper prices at our website. And so I saved like $20 shopping their website over their eBay store. So there you go. Shop around, because there's always going to be somebody can say, well, this guy on eBay has them for whatever. And so there you go. Shop around, because there's going to be multiple and prices vary. Today it's Columbia Hobby. If you buy over $200 is going to be the cheapest. But next week it might be BCW, where there could be a sale. So there's a lot of options. Red Light 34, good morning. He says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, shop my eBay store, buy 7 or more cards, and you'll save 25% off at checkout. Take a look at the new lot of cheap autographs. I'm surprised they're not moving faster, some of these autographs. Some good stuff. Good morning, Jody. What's happening? Good morning, Johnny M. What's going on? Mr. Archer in the house. So I want to go back to Nakeley Collectibles. So let's just go to Car Dealer Pro and see if I can get. I made a. Is it in here? I don't think it's in here. Let's. With all of the autographs I've been putting up, I wanted to put in some Allen and Ginter that came in here. There's some good stuff in here. Hall of Famers, non-sports. Might have been a Bobby Witt Jr. Okay, so here's Johnny M says Elite Card Savers on eBay paid 4.6 cents each for 2,500. That's a good deal. Nakeley says with Car Dealer Pro, the scanning software didn't work, so I went around that and I was having problems with loading to eBay. When they loaded the pictures, didn't work with eBay. So I have no idea what your issue would have been. So the scan. So are you talking about the scanner? So a scanner and Car Dealer Pro are two separate entities. So the scanner is completely separate from Car Dealer Pro. So basically what you have to do is scan your cards and save them to your computer, and then you just bring them up. So don't use, and I think a lot of, I don't know if the, so you're saying the scanner worked. So I'm not understanding what's not working. Are you talking the AI is not working? So there's AI. That's Car Dealer Pro. The Car Dealer Pro AI is what identifies the cards from the images you upload. The scanning software is Fujitsu, Ricoh, or whatever. The software to edit. I'm completely lost. So here we're just gonna run through this. Now it depends on what you're uploading. If you're uploading 2024 Bowman, hasn't come out yet, but say you get it on release day, it's not going to be in the system. 2024 Topps Heritage, I think some of them are in the system now, but when I was listing those, the checklist was on, I think, by the second day. So let's just grab. Oh, we're gonna list Ryan Sandberg, Allen and Ginter in my eBay store. I think the first Sandberg I'm listing to my eBay store. So I'm gonna power on. So the scanner's separate, so we don't need to show you that. I'm gonna delete my folder, cards that are in the folder. So basically, from start to finish, here's what I do. I've got my pile of cards. I've got 10 or 12 Allen and Ginter cards we're gonna scan. And I'm going to scan these in. I create, when they get scanned in, I have a folder on my desktop that is basically just for my eBay scans. And so I make sure to clear those out each time. We're going to, where's my paper stream click scan? Getting those scanned in. I've got to log in here. Okay, we're logged in, 22AUV. Okay, now we are in Car Dealer Pro. All right, so I've now scanned. I've now scanned them in. So the scanner part, we don't need. So 10 cards exactly. Folder. Right now I'm in the scanner software. Make sure they're all upright. Well, looks like we got a Trout in there. Okay, so we've saved those to my folder. So they are saved into my folder. Now we go back into Car Dealer Pro. Okay, so here's the batches. Now I name the batches after the tabs that how my organization goes. So 22AV will be this batch. Box 22. AV. We're going to baseball. Now I have default templates set up. This also makes it super easy for you. So my title templates are already created based on what I want in there. I have a generic description, so that sets all there. We're going to do near mint. We're going to put these at $1.75 on the sale price. That's the only thing you need to do. Condition sale price, the only thing I touch with this additional bulk settings. So we're going to create this batch. We're going to magic scan it from my folder, front and back. Scans for eBay. Here we go. Rhino right there at the top. So it's uploading. Boom. We hit continue. And now the magic happens. Boom. Everything's in here. Now, the AI on Allen and Ginter, what I have noticed is a lot of times it brings up either the chrome variation or the silver variation, which is what it did here with Ryan Sandberg. Super easy. Now, in the past, under Cardi the Pro 1.0, what you would have to do if this happened, or what I would do, I always worked out of the spreadsheet previously. I'd have to go to the spreadsheet and I had to manually change all this. Not so with 2.0. So we see it's the silver portrait. This is not the silver portrait. It's just the base version. So we go down to database match. Says, oh, we've got 8 other possible matches. Here it is. It's the regular version. So, and that automatically changes everything within your listing. The title adjusts. Everything down here adjusts because there's no subset, etc. So we go down. Mark McGuire, everything looks good. Jackie Robinson looks good. Clayton Kershaw, silver portrait once again. Now, let's say there's no other matches or the match isn't there. What you can do is, this is number 85. So type in database match 2022 Ginter Kershaw. There, boom. There you go. Verlander, this says it's the chrome. It's not. We go to possible matches. There's the base version. Mike Trout, again, identifies as chrome. So when people say, oh, it doesn't identify it, I mean, it's super easy. Now, this is a little different because all of the real, if it's wrong, the real cards, it's just one click. Joe Mauer's correct. Here's silver. Look how fast this is. Boom. It's the base version. Joe West, base version. Roy Campanella is correct. So that's how it works. Now, Allen and Ginter's a base set. So it's going to be a little more accurate. When I list the autographs, it does take me longer because I've got to go through and I've got to adjust a lot of these things. A lot of them are autographs with purple refractor number to 250. So I've got to go in and manually, because I don't have a template for autographs to make them less than 80 characters. So the 10 cards are in here. Let's go to, so once we're done, we go to export and we're going to export all cards. We've already reviewed them. So it saves it to a spreadsheet. So when I go into the spreadsheet, I don't think you can see this part. So I just type in the custom label box 22 tab. This was AV. So I'm just typing that into the spreadsheet. I think you can do that out of the overview also. And then I save this to my desktop as 22AV. So I'm just saving this to the desktop, the spreadsheet. And then we go into, okay, let me remove that. I'm gonna have to stop the screen. Then all we do, and super easy. Oh, we got to present. We want the eBay screen. So we just go into the reports tab. Oh, wrong screen. So over here, reports, upload template, choose our file. I saved it to the desktop as 22AV. And bada bing, bada boom. We just uploaded 10 Allen and Ginter cards. Upload in progress. Come on, there you go, and it's complete. So that's with Allen and Ginter. Let's see. Chucky Norris in the house. Do you think people will start using other graders more in fear of PSA banning Kurt's card cleaner and basically showing they will do that for card cleaning? I don't know. I'm not in that. I don't swim in that pool. I stay away from grading unless it's to slab my pre-work stuff, my vintage. I mean, not until, and I can't speak on this. The thing is, people use PSA because that's where the return is on value. Yeah, you can start submitting them to SGC, but you're going to take a bath on a lot of this stuff. And SGC is part of, under the same corporate umbrella, Collectors Universe. Are they going to go to Beckett? God, I hope not. So I don't think so. I mean, PSA has such a firm stranglehold that I think people will try. People will try. I think especially the cleaners, if they start getting rejections from PSA, they're going to go to these other places, but then they're going to be like, well, how come my resale value sucks? There you go. Nakedly says, thanks so much. Going to try that again. You are welcome. This is a good tutorial you're doing. Maybe this should just be a video on its own. I did do a video, although did I do a video at 2.0? I've done videos, but I don't think any standalone. I think it's kind of like this. It's just buried in my other videos. I've done a couple. If you type in Car Dealer Pro in my channel, there might be some that come up. They might be outdated though. I don't know. I think the frustrating part for me was the scanner, but they had some scanner software. It's a download that wouldn't download, so I thought it was a problem. So I don't know what that. So I just use the website, and I know a lot of people in the past have had troubles with like the app that they have. I've never used the app for Car Dealer Pro. I always use the website, and I think that's where a lot of people have frustrations is through the app. It's been tricky. I thought they had that figured out. I thought that was working. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I use the web. Just go to cardealerpro.com, work out of the website. I'm just using a regular scanner. I haven't invested a good scanner yet. I wanted to try it out first. And absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't go out and spend $800 or $500 on a scanner and then realize this isn't for me, because you also have to be able to list this many cards and ship this many cards at the same time. So if you're able to do that, once you get the software down, then invest in a feed scanner. But yeah, you can use, and I think there's a lot of confusion. Some people think that you have to have the Ricoh 8170. You don't. You can use the 7030. You can use the 7160. You can use an old flatbed. You can take images off the internet. It all worked as long as you have the image. There's the scanner has nothing to do with Car Dealer Pro in itself. So you can list faster and more efficiently by using the fastest, bestest model of scanner, but it's not necessary to use Car Dealer Pro. Sal Dougie, what's going on? Good morning. J2 Detroit, I have a crazy idea. Maybe people shouldn't make videos bragging about cleaning and showing how they beat PSA and clearly showing the graded card. That's also a good idea. That's probably not good. Wasn't Kurt's Card Care like in a PSA like tweet or Instagram post or am I like, was that a fever dream? But I thought Kurt's Card Care was highlighted by PSA like just a couple months ago, and now all of a sudden it's like, no, you are bad. We will not accept cleaned cards. I don't know. I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. So here's my thoughts on clean cards. I'm okay with it. As long as you're not trimming or completely altering a card. If you're cleaning a card, like they say, well, you're altering the card. Well, if I have a card, if I have this Jake Locker card, okay, it's in nice condition. Trying to find a paper clip. I'll use my fingernail. But what if, let's just pretend, what if I take a paper clip and I scratch this card? Isn't that altering the card? Isn't a scratch altering the card? So by removing the scratch, why is removing a scratch that came after the fact altering a card when the scratch in fact was altering the card originally? I don't get it. We're going to throw Jake Locker in the garbage. So I'm all about cleaning, use Kurt's Card. I don't give a shit. I don't grade either. So, is it a good idea to put a video out and say, we beat PSA by cleaning cards? No, that's dumb. Do it in the privacy of your own home. But I'm not for card cleaning. I'm not against it. I have really no, all cards are altered. You drop it, you ding a corner. This Robin Yount. If I drop this, I don't want to drop it because this is Robin Yount, even though he's a Brewer. If I drop this Robin Yount on a corner, I just altered Robin Yount. And that corner has been altered. So I don't get the, it's altering a card. I don't get it. I don't get it. Clean the damn card. Florida baseball card dude says the person who pulled the Wemby 1/1 shouted out Kurt while in the PSA offices. Rich Klein says, if I recall, some guy with an expensive Wemby card got a great grade from PSA and gave the shout out to Kurt's Card Care. Okay. Proving that silence is golden. J2 Detroit says, the place that pulled a Victor 1/1 gave Kurtz a shout out in a video they shot at PSA and in their post. Okay. Then later he removed the mention of Kurtz. Aha. Got it. Sal says, do not drop the Yount. Please back up. Put the Yount down. I'm all for cleaning fingerprints, etc., but using wax to fill in scratches is bad. I can agree with that. I definitely think fingerprints and taking a cloth and wiping off fingerprints and that, I think that's cool. I don't know. You could convince me one way or another. I honestly, I have my opinions. Right now I say, I don't really care. Clean the damn card. But you could convince me otherwise. How about I drop Steve Garvey instead? I knew I had a Garvey in there. I'll drop Steve Garvey on the corner. Red Light 34 says, just sent you a shitload of offers on some Reds cards. Well, thank you. Hit up my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Chucky Norris says, but sometimes stains come back after time. That would suck to own an 8 that morphs to a 6 over 2 years because it was cleaned. And then Uncle Rich says, drop the Brett instead. Good morning, Herman. So that's my thoughts on cleaning. That's about all I had for today. It's Sunday. We'll wrap it up early. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more at regular price. You'll save 25% off at checkout. Offers are open on everything. I had somebody drop into my eBay messages, sent do you consider offers? And I'm like, yeah, offers are open on all my listings. And then in the eBay messages sent me a complete lowball offer. It was a $50, which was, a fair price for the listing, and sent me a $10 offer. And I'm like, I just ignored it. Send me the $10 offer and I'll counter it 48. Come on, man. Herman says, got all my Braves together and sorted yesterday. Have way more than I thought. How about that? That's a fun feeling, though. I did do a little Cubs sorting last night. Scotty Dubs came over and sorted. He sorted 2.5 4-row boxes. Maybe not quite 2.5. A little over 2 4-row boxes of Cubs. And so I had those still out last night. So I had I still pull Cubs. I still set Cubs aside. This purchase from last Sunday, I had a huge stack of Cubs. I'm like, well, I got to put them in the Cubs pile. It's just, I don't think I'm ever going to get over that. No, I'm not going for 2 million. No, I'm not going for another milestone, but I just have to pull the Cubs cards. So I had a couple piles of Cubs in here, and I'm like, I'm going to get these sorted because I'm sorting by player, and I've got my sorting tray out still on the coffee table. So sorted a few hundred cards last night, and that's fun. I think I just need to keep my rec room somewhat cleaned up and keep that sorting tray on top of the coffee table. So it's top of mind. So it's hey, sort some cards. Don't lay on the couch and look at Twitter, sort some Cubs cards. That's what I need to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my eBay store. Uncle Rich says, did you pull the Tom Sawyer trick for Scotty Dubs and make him pay to sort your cards? I didn't think of that. I gave him a bunch of cards. I have a big shelf in my shipping room that's like to bulk out that I need to list on Facebook Marketplace. And Scotty's a set builder and just likes going through sets, putting them in binders and stuff like that. And I'm like, you can have whatever you want in on the shelf. And he's like, really? He's like, no. And I'm like, dude, you're spending the entire day like sorting cards for me. So I sent him home with like 6 long boxes, some 84 tops. I had a box of like 2002 tops that was cherry picked, but it was like partial set. I'm like, here's 2002. You want to work on this one? He's like, I don't know what I have. So I'm like, he had a bunch of cards. So I paid him well. To come sort my Cubs. So that's what I had for today. Enjoy the Sunday. It's going to be a crappy day, which is perfect for me to go into the shipping room and ship my ass off today. What else? We'll be back on tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. I'm trying to think of what this week brings. I don't have any shows next weekend, I don't think. No, because the next show I'll be at is in Loves Park, which is Rockford. In 2 weeks, I will have plenty of new inventory in my bargain boxes. I thought about only doing dollar boxes, but I just don't. I don't have enough. Right, I don't have enough pull. I could do that, but I just don't have enough pulled. But I'm going to try to bring more dollar boxes and try to bring fresh quarter box inventory. I do have a few boxes that are that have only seen like 1 or 2 shows max. So, Loves Park, Illinois, Saturday, May 11th, I believe. Saturday, May 11th, Loves Park, Indoor Sports Center, my favorite card show venue. So come see me there. Madison Card Show is Saturday, May 25th, coinciding with our favorite event of the year, Brat Fest, where you can see Village People and who else? I don't think Slaughter's coming back. Quiet Riot, maybe? So come out to the card show, head over across John Nolan Drive and eat a brat, drink a beer, and take in some music. Saturday, May 25th, Memorial Day weekend. June show is set for June 22nd. Max is just pulling into the card show in Oshkosh. Enjoy, get some good deals. June 22nd, next Madison card show after May. July, August, September dates not yet locked up. Hopefully in the next few days, they can give me those dates and I can get those contracts signed. So that's what I had for today. Go visit my eBay store, buy some cards, put some food on my table, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central.